Like what we do? Support the channel by becoming a Patreon member. Link is in the description below. Thank you as always, and please enjoy the story. Stopping for the 100th time, I turn and sigh as Eric ambles behind me at a snail's pace. He'd spent the entire walk to the cinema complaining about his heels, moaning about how they are hard to walk in and how they hurt his feet. I wasn't interested at all. He made his bed when he catfished me pretending to be a girl. Now he's complaining about having to be that girl? I don't have any sympathy. Adam, please? He calls out to me. Stopping to see what he wants, I see him awkwardly shuffling along behind me. With every click of his heels on the sidewalk, his face scrunches with embarrassment. It made me feel that tiny bit better inside. Don't whine at me, I reply, folding my arms. Like I've said this entire journey, you're a girl now, and girls wear heels on dates. Finally catching up, Eric stands bashfully in front of me and swipes hair from his eyes. Can we just take a few minutes? He desperately asks, pointing down at his feet. You have no idea how hard it is to walk in these things. Although part of me was happy he was suffering, in the last few minutes he had started walking like a complete idiot. Clearly compensating for the pain, he was walking like such a guy in heels, almost embarrassing to be seen with. Fine, I answer, resting flippantly against a nearby wall. Moving up beside me and leaning against my shoulder for balance, he reaches down and removes one of his heels. Taking it off, I can see how red and sore his toes are. Why do girls wear these things? He grumbles, rubbing his foot. I don't know, I answer with disregard. Why does my best friend want to make me look like a fool in front of the whole school? Looking away, with those angry feelings bubbling to the surface, I let out a long breath. I wasn't trying to make you look like a fool, he mumbles, slipping his foot back into his heel. Taking his hand from my shoulder, Eric stands up straight. I turn to look at him as he brushes down his skirt and flicks his hair from his eyes. What were you trying to do, then? I ask, enjoying how uncomfortable he appears to be in that outfit. Eric blushes and looks away. Folding his arms tight, he doesn't answer. Rubbing my face with frustration, I stop leaning and march onwards to the cinema at my usual speed. Hearing him struggle to keep up with me, I can't help but feel he deserves what I'm forcing him to do. I can only hope he learns his lesson. Adam, he pleads again from behind me. At least help me walk the rest of the way. Can we lock arms or something? Having to turn around to look at him again, I frown. You want to lock arms with me? I question in disgust. We are guys, Eric. Eric then looks at me with fear in his eyes. Nervously looking around, he catches up and grabs my arm. Dude, he leans in and whispers, I know, but remember, I'm supposed to be your date. Don't call me Eric while I'm dressed like this. Nervously looking around too, I feel my face go red. Oh, yeah, I reply back with a whisper. I forgot. Eric then loops his arm around mine and holds onto me tight. With his other hand, he holds my arm and leans in against me for stability. Really? I grumble in annoyance as my best friend hangs off me like a damsel. Yes! Eric quickly replies with a sharp look. This is going to make it easier for me. Taking a little bit of his weight, I stuff my hands into my pockets. I'm not going to hold your hand, I huff, continuing to walk at pace with him hanging on. Oh, come on, Adam, he sighs, holding on to me tighter. I know I'm not the girl you wanted to take out, but why can't you be like that sweet guy who was falling for Heidi? Please don't remind me about that, I respond, giving him a furious look. It messes with my brain thinking about what we talked about when I thought Heidi was real. Stumbling a little in his heels, I quickly steady him. I stand strong as he regains his balance. Like it or not,
Eric starts lecturing. You forced me out looking like this. If you don't start treating me like a girl, then we are defo going to get caught. Do you want that? Do you want people knowing I cross-dressed and took you on a date? Looking down at the floor, I let out a sigh. I forced you to do this because I was so angry at you, I snarl. I was so excited, Eric. Finally, I got a date with a cute girl. Do you understand how much you've upset me? Staring at him, wanting him to see the disappointment in my eyes, Eric looks away. As we continue to walk, he continues to hold me tight. I know, he replies softly, turning to look at me with a sorrowful expression. I don't expect you to forgive me straight away, but right now, you have to see me as Heidi. You have to treat me like I'm really a girl, and we are going on a real date. I have to? I argue back. I do know what he's saying, but I can't get past the fact that he's my friend. What was I thinking about going on a date with him? Stop, Adam, Eric orders, pulling me back and stopping us in the middle of the sidewalk. We need to work on this before we get to the crowded cinema. I'm not getting found out because you're angry at me. Pulling my arms away from him, I step back from him as he looks at me with a wry smile. What are we stopping for? I complain. We are going to be late. Eric doesn't answer. He just continues to stupidly grin at me. Let's start with something small, he then says, holding out a single hand out in front of me. I look my friend up and down and give him a curious look. I take my hands from my pockets and fold my arms, knowing what he's about to say. Hold my hand, he says, moving his hand closer to mine. No, please, he continues, fluttering his eyelashes to try and lighten the mood. I don't want to, I retort, wanting to laugh at him, acting so feminine. Why not? He asks, jutting out a hip and posing like a girl. You're a guy, I answer, waiting for no one to be in earshot as I say it. No, Adam, he instantly reacts. Look at my heels. Look at the skirt. Look at the makeup on my face. I'm Heidi. I'm a girl. Hold my hand for Christ's sake. Seeing the now serious look in his eyes, I look at his shaking hand. I can tell he's just as nervous about this as I am. I can't help but deny his logic. If this is going to work, we do need to seem intimate. Slowly raising my hand to his, our fingers lock together and we clamp them closed. Feeling his clammy skin against mine, I want to pull back with force. There. Eric smiles. Don't look so worried. This is weird. What? Holding your date's hand? He quips, giving a sarcastic flick of his hair. I look around again, checking no one is listening in. Don't you feel weird? I ask quietly. Well, yeah. He nods and smiles. I'm having to remind myself over and over that I'm supposed to be a girl right now. Makes it easier for me. Giving him a wry smile, I chant the name Heidi over and over in my head. Can we get going? Eric moans, gripping my hand tight. These clothes aren't really keeping me warm. I'm going to have realistic girl parts soon if I get any colder down there. Just as Eric takes a step to continue walking, I pull him back with the hand I'm holding. Please tell me what made you catfish me, Eric? I question, still feeling the betrayal. Stopping just ahead of me, he looks down at the floor and shakes his head. I can't. He answers with a hint of nerves. Can we just leave it at that for now? Aren't I making up for it? I need to know, I say, pressing him again for an answer. Still looking down at the floor, Eric then shivers. Can we just get going? He whines, pulling on my hand. You're not the one out here in a short skirt. Honestly, Adam, I'm really cold. Taking a step forward, I nod. As much as I do want to know, we are going to be late. Don't ask for my jacket, I say sarcastically. That ain't happening, Heidi. He smiles and starts walking alongside me. Still holding hands, he pushes his body up against mine, making it awkward for me to walk. Do you need to walk so close? I gripe, wanting to shove him away. You're warm. He answers with a serious expression. Shouldn't have chosen such a skimpy outfit. I laugh, looking down at his skirt gently wafting as we walk. I know. Eric grumbles, shivering again. You wanted cute, so I gave you cute. Hearing him call himself cute, I give him a curious look as we walk. What? He grumbles in reaction to my look of curiosity. Nothing, I reply. Just never thought I'd hear you call yourself cute. Squeezing my hand uncomfortably tight, he nudges me with his shoulder. I can't help but smile at his reaction. You better buy me some popcorn when we get there, he demands. Also, I want you to know, I think this is why girls don't date you. You need to learn how to drive, man. Walking in the cold with outfits like this is a nightmare. Giving him a sus look, I laugh. Is that right? I chuckle, nudging him back. Well, I think I know why you don't go on dates with girls, too. I sarcastically reply, pointing at his feminine clothes.